Hello everyone, in today's tutorial we're going to learn how to make this knot, which is called flat Turk's head knot. You can use it in so many different ways. I personally like to make keychains like this one here, or bracelets. You can also make it as a coaster to put your mug over it, or well, anything you actually want. I used here 3mm cords, but if you want to make a coaster, you have to use a bigger cord, around 5mm cord. That's exactly what I'll be doing in today's tutorial. So let's get started. I'm using here 5mm cord, and I put tape at the end, in both ends. I personally like to do both ends, but if you do it in one end, it's fine, just to make it easier to make the knot. So you want one end to be longer and one end is short. So the working end is going to be the long end, and the short end is going to be the end that's sitting here, and the whole knot is going to be around it. It's going to be really hard to explain it, so I guess you just have to watch and do what I'm doing, because it's going to be way easier just to follow along. We will start by making a loop. You have to make sure that all loops are relatively the same size. Now we're gonna go from here and then underneath. So now you have 3 loops. What I'm gonna do over, over, under, over, and under again. Just make sure that everything stays in place. That's how I like to personally do it. And by doing so, we created here another loop. So what we have here is 3 loops. What we're going to do now is to start following this one. So we're going to go under. So we're going to go under. And then over and under again. And then make sure the knots you already made stays in place. Of course you can use tapes, but for me, I tried it many times to use tapes and it didn't work for me. So I like to use my hand here to make everything stays in place. So now we have another loop here. So in total we have 4 loops, and that's the beginning of flat Turk's head knot. We're gonna do 3 rounds. So this is round 1, and we're just gonna continue going around following what we have done. And the tip that I actually like to give always is to follow from outer side, not from inner side. So if you start doing your knot, you don't go here, you go from the back, so that your new cord goes outer, not inner. It makes it way easier to make everything more tight. So let's continue by following this one. So we're gonna go under and over and then under. And then the same thing here. Over, under, over, and then under again. And during making this knot, you have to keep adjusting every single step. Otherwise, things gonna get so complicated and tangly. So you go over, under, over, and under again. For me, this knot is really complicated, but I really enjoy doing it. Once you master it, it's gonna get easier and more fun to do. And here we are in the third and last round. So we just continue going over, under, and under again. Over and under again. Here we are reaching the last part of it, our coaster slash keychain. And I like just to put it like that. As you can see here, my coaster is so loose. What we're gonna do now is to try our best to make them as tight, to make it as tight as possible. Well, this takes really long time to do, so you have to be patient and careful while doing it, otherwise your whole coaster will fall apart. So you have to start tightening it. Of course, if you want to. If you're happy with it being loose like that, it's up to you. But I personally like it to be more tight. So I have to go through this. It's gonna take time. So take your time doing it and enjoy the process. I like to start from the shorter end and follow along the shorter end and see what cords that I can possibly pull to just, make this shorter and longer and make the whole knot more tight. So here I'm following this one, so it goes like this, like this. It leads to here. This is loose, so just to pull it. And yeah, just continue pulling and tighten things up until you're happy with the tightness you achieve. So that's how my coaster looks like after a lot of pulling. I guess that's pretty much how I want it to be. The last step here is gonna be trimming the ends, and I have to glue them so they don't start to fall apart. So this one here, I like to put it just on the back, so there are not too many cords in the front. Or actually, it would be better to take it from the other side so it doesn't look like we have 4 cords in the front. So it's gonna be like that. Then I'm gonna cut them from here and glue them. So this is how the coaster looks like after I cut the end and I glued them. So that is basically it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will see you next time. Bye.